Hi everybody, we're getting to that time of the year to when we get on the golf course. I decided to come out today to do some awkward lies. Just one of those things that I literally can't do at my back garden because my back garden is perfectly flat. So we're dealing with awkward lies. What I'm going to chat to you about is how to set up to it more than anything, and the expected type of shape of shot you're going to hit. We're going to deal with uphill lies, which is hitting shots on the up, and then downhill shots and down, and also then the other type of shot where we're going to be down here live where the ball's going away from you, and the uphill lie where the ball's coming nearer to you. So there are your four different lies that you will definitely come across on the golf course. And I'm going to talk about ball position, posture, balance, and basically the shape of shot you're going to hit and how your body gets affected. So the first shot I'm going to start with is an uphill shot, which is that way up, hitting that direction. So the number one thing you got to do is adjust your sternum, which is this part of your body, in relation to the slope. That's why this stick is here. So I'm on an uphill slope. So what I do is I get my body perpendicular to the slope. So if I stand here, you can see that's going right up through the zip, through my spine angle there. So I'm adjusting to the spine angle like so. The other thing I've got to do is wherever your weight is, which is on your lower foot, your ball position goes to the opposite. So it comes quite close to your front foot. See that there? The reason for there, you're matching the slope. So as you swing through, you're catching the ball squarely and cleanly. If I stand too much up here and lean into it, there's a chance I'll hit the ground before it, or I'll hit the ball into the slope, and I don't get the perfect flight off it either. So again, when adjusting, the number one thing you got to do is, number one, get your base right and your body right. So your base is your balance. You adjust your spine angle to suit the lie of the land. As I say, you can see that through the stick there, that's going up through my spine here. And from there, then I adjust my ball position to match that lie of the land. So the ball position is always the opposite of the lower foot, which is the one where all the weight is. So that allows me to hit it cleanly on the up. Now what that does with that type of shot, it creates what I call a right to left, or a draw if you're right-handed, and a fade if you're, and a draw if you're left-handed as well. But from here, it's a right to left shot for me, and it'd be a left to right for a left-hander. So the ball matches the club face. So what I do is I get my firm base, my sternum right, keep my weight there, and I'm then trying to make a swing to match the slope. So from here, you'll see the club going back a little bit lower naturally through the slope. It doesn't allow me to use my legs as much, which is what happens. You want to keep the legs very, very quiet in this shot. And then from there, as you hit it, you should be falling backwards, not really going forward, because if you go forward, you can miss hit it. So as I said, the key is getting the firm base, getting your spine angle to match that shape of shot. Now, what we're going to do is I'll show you what that is and looks like from the other side from doing a downhill shot. So I'll do that for you now. I'll just move this over here so you can see it and you can see the difference. Okay, I'll leave that there. So the opposite, and always remember, this is the downhill shot, so I'm hitting downward, more so down on the ball. So from there, I get my body to match the lie of the land. So you can see that's going up through my sternum. That means my ball position needs to be near my back foot, because my lower foot, all my weight's on it. So always remember where the lower foot is, which is where all the weight is, the ball position goes back. And then what that does, it creates a much steeper angle down on the ball. And as I hit it, I walk after it. Now the shape of shot with this traditionally would be low and left and right. And one thing I didn't mention with the other one, especially on this one, is you got to give yourself the right amount of loft to get that ball airborne and to get a little bit of carry and control over that. So on a downhill slope, I would always use more loft. So I've got an 8 iron in my hand here. So this is going to come really off this severe slope. It's going to come really like a 5 iron flight wise, really low and off. And again, I need a firm base for me to stand on. So my legs are quiet, all upper body. My arm swing matches the slope. As I hit it, I walk after it. Don't try and stay planted there, because it's impossible for you to do that. If you do, you'll miss hit it, ground, or you'll top the ball. Now, I'll show you the other one, which is uphill and downhill from this. Actually, we'll keep that from this angle here. So my other type of shot from there is the other uphill lie, where the ball's massively above my feet. So the big thing that changes here is ball position, and also my body angle. So when I'm addressing it, instead of bending over like you normally would do, I'm again adjusting my body to the slope. So you can see that is the angle of the slope. So that has to match my spine angle, which makes me look like I'm sitting back my heels. So then from there, I create a flatter swing, which makes me swing around myself and to the left. So it's all arms and hands. And with this type of ball slope, which is a ball above your feet, ball position is always centered, and it will be for a downhill slope as well, because that's where both the club and the ball shallow out at the lowest point in the golf swing. And with a ball above your feet, you normally get that draw shape again, right to left, the opposite for a left-hander. Okay, so then if I go to the other side, which is playing a downhill shot, like so, you can see there's the lean of the shaft there. I'm now excessively bending from my back there to match that slope. And my ball position, if I move it to there, is still centered, because again, that's going to be the shallow point where I hit it from. But from here, you do not sit back into your heels. You go with the slope to the point where your feet are flat. I've got an extra wide stance to actually keep myself really, really balanced. My legs are always quiet, more or less, with nearly every shot, bar the one downhill when I'm walking after it. Now with this one, because I'm bent over a lot, it's very much a much steeper swing up and down, which creates more of a cut shot left to right. And again, quiet legs. And what you'd normally find happening is when you're on that steeper slope and you hit it, you might fall forward after you hit it. And that's not a bad thing. You shouldn't feel planted after you hit it, because you could top it or hit it heavy. But the key with all of those things is you're always adjusting to the slope to suit the shot and the club and the lie of the land that you're trying to hit off. So always remember, quieter legs, which is a firmer base, body or sternum or spine angle is always adjusting to suit the slope, and ball position changes likely so with that as well, to make sure that you make a clean contact. And most uphill shots you'll draw it, and most downhill shots you'll cut it. Keep that in mind to allow for which way the ball's going. And normally on downhill shots, I would always say use a little bit more loft if you can, to get that ball in the air, to give yourself a little bit more control, because that ball's wanting to go right. Other than that, just keep when you're swinging, it's just nice even tempo. The harder you hit it, the more off balance you're going to be. So off awkward lies, they're the little positions you've got to keep an eye on. So I hope this helps, and I will see you back on the 26th of April trying to figure out all these lovely shots out here. I'm William Noble. I'm the pro at St. Anne's Golf Club, and this was all about awkward lies. See you then.